Nothing begins to work until you commit to make it work. Yes, nothing begins to work until you commit to make it work. And if you don't commit, things won't work. Good evening, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again on another exciting episode on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade. And on today's episode, as always, we're going to talk about something very, very interesting, enlightening, informative, and transformative, right? Because this is why you're here. This is the Upgrade Live that we do every Sundays from 7 p.m. through to 8 p.m. And we basically get to do four things, right? Number one, we got to take your questions. So if you have questions whatsoever, feel free to ask your questions and we will gladly take them, right? Number two, we got to share with you the upgrade mastery tip for the week. And for this week, the upgrade mastery tip is commit, right? Number three, we get to connect, network, and bond because we understand how important it is in our world today. And number four is that we get to have fun. Yes, we always get to have fun on the upgrade live because we strongly believe that if learning is not fun, there is no learning at all, right? So we get to have fun while we do what we do. So I want to sit back, relax, and do what to share the link with your friends, your families, your loved ones, and even your enemies because they are set for a time of their life where they get to upgrade, right? So thank you so much for joining us again. I'm super glad and excited to have you here. Please let us know where you're watching us from so we can appreciate you. And if this also is your first time, please indicate in the comment that this is your first time. We have a special gift for you as a first timer, right? Thank you again for being here. I'm deeply, deeply honored and grateful to have you. Sincerely, this would not be possible without you, right? Without you sharing, without you commenting, without you going to apply the lessons that is being learned, this won't be possible. And we are super grateful for you doing that. You know, we always tell you here that the proof of learning is practice, and the proof of practice is result. And you are the proof of what we do because you learn and then you go and practice and then you see results, right? So, guys, once again, from the bottom of my heart and from the team, we say a very big thank you to you. Now, on the Upgrade Live, you already know that we begin with our basic five questions. All right, number one, we got to take your questions. So if you have questions, feel free to send in your questions, right? So that we can help you get some clarity to the questions that you have. But while we wait for you to send in your questions, we begin the conversation with basic five questions. Now, these five questions help us to set the tone for what we're going to talk about. It helps us to lay the foundation for what we're going to be discussing on today. So let's begin with our basic five questions. So, question number one, which is what is commit? Right? What is commit? When you hear the word commit, what comes to your mind? What does it resonate with you when you hear commit? What is it for you when you hear commit? Now, I'll tell you what it is. You see, commit, it is a decision to be faithful and loyal, to give time and money to a person, a place, or a principle or a plan of action. That is commit. I'll take it again. Commit, it is a decision to be faithful, loyal, right? Commit is a decision to be faithful and loyal, to give time and money to a person, a place, principle, or a plan of action. When you do this, it is said that you have commit to that thing, right? It shows that you are committed, you are faithful, you are loyal, you give your time, you give your money to a place, a person, a principle, or a plan of action. That shows that you commit. And the truth is, whether we like it or not, we commit in various ways and in various areas of our lives. We commit. No wonder scripture says, where a man's treasure is, there will his heart be also. Question number 2. Who's responsible to commit? Who's responsible for commit? The answer is simple. It is you. No one is responsible for commit like you. No one is responsible to commit like you. So you are totally responsible for commit. Whether you like it or not, it comes down to you. You are responsible for commit. Now, question number 3 is why commit? Why do we have to commit? Why is it of any importance or significance? Why commit? Why commit? The answer is simple. But one, faithfulness. Nothing shows how faithful you truly are like what you commit to. Right? Why commit? Because you are faithful. That's why you commit. So you see, what we see with people in marriages today is because they cannot commit. And because they cannot commit, they are unfaithful. So why commit? It helps you to be faithful. You stick with a thing, regardless of the options or alternatives. The second reason why commit is loyalty. You stay loyal. The one who commits is loyal. You see, I'm committed to doing this with you every Sunday, 7 p.m. through to 8 p.m. I'm loyal to you because I commit to you. And I often say this, that the only reason I would never show up is if I'm dead, because I am that committed. And it shows that I am loyal. So the second reason why you commit is loyalty. People who are not loyal cannot commit. And people who are loyal always commit. Their words are their bond. They keep to what they say. They say what they mean and they mean what they say. They are loyal. Third reason why commit is giving. You can't really commit to anything or any place if you are not giving. Right? That's why we said in our definition, to commit is a decision to be faithful and loyal, to give time and money to a person, a place, a principle, or a plan of action. Why? Because in commit, you will give. You will give. You cannot hold back if you commit. You must give. One of the proof of that you commit is that you give. Anyone who commits have no issues with giving because they commit, so they give. You must understand this, right? For anything you commit to, you would give to. It's as simple as that. So 3 reasons why commit is that: number 1, faithfulness; number 2, loyalty; and number 3, giving. So look at yourself now, look at your life. All the areas where you commit, can you see the expression of these 3 things? Can you see that you are faithful there? Can you see that you are loyal there? And can you see that you give there? It is what it is. Question number 4. What are the benefits of commit? Now we know what commit is. We know who's responsible for it. We know why commit. What then are the benefits of commit? When you commit, what then are the benefits? 3 benefits of commit, right? 1 is the strength of character, right? When you commit, there's a strength of character that you have because you commit. See, not many people can commit. Not many people will commit. But those who do commit, you could see that they have a strength of character. They're not the ones who are given to vacillation. They don't vacillate. They don't say something today and say something else tomorrow. No, they commit because they have strength of character. Second benefit of commit is that there's the discipline of resolve. The discipline of resolve. They know that this is what they're going to do and they stick with it. There's the discipline of resolve. They don't change their mind up and down. No. When you commit, there's the discipline of resolve. You stick to a process, which takes us to the third benefit of commit: stickability and follow through. Anyone who commits sticks. They stick and they follow through. So the third benefit of commit is stickability and follow through. So you stick to it. You stick to your decision. You stick to the course of action. You stick with it. There is stickability and you follow through. So you don't start and stop. You start and finish. You follow through because you commit. One of the challenges with Gen Zs and Gen Alphas is that they don't like to commit. Right? They like to move from one place to another. They just keep moving. They don't really like to commit. And see, one of the oldest principles of life is that you commit. You commit. Right? Question number 5. When is the best time to commit? When is the best time for you to commit? Like I always say, the last best time to commit was yesterday. The next best time for you to commit is now. Now is the next best time for you to commit. So I don't know what you do. I don't know what you're part of, but this is like a wake-up call to ask yourself, are you really in it? Because if you're in it, you will commit. Right? The show or the proof that you are in it is that you commit. And it's expected that as young persons, you commit, you learn to commit, you discipline yourself to commit. Because there's always the reward when you commit. Always the reward. Right? Now, I'd like you to know this, that maturity is seen when you are able to commit. A truly mature person, irrespective of age, a truly mature person is known and seen by how they commit. That's how you know someone who's mature. They commit. An immature person will not commit. So you see, to commit is a proof of maturity. So I ask you, are you mature? And if you are, it means you commit. Is this making sense? Right? It means you commit, right? Yeah. Okay, so now let's look at commit itself. Let's break it down quickly because I really need us to get into this conversation and I really need you to understand it, right? So commit, C-O-M-M-I-T, right? That's commit, C-O-M-M-I-T, commit, right? Now, let's look at commit and let's break it down. The C in commit is character, right? One of the things that shows if your character is being developed is how you commit. Because in the process where you commit, there is character development experiences for you. You learn how to stick true to something. You learn how to be resilient about something. You learn how to not give up when things go difficult. Why? Because we told you earlier that one of the benefits of commit is the strength of character. So what shows that you are a person who commits is seen in your character, how you do things, why you do things, your character. Right? So the C in commit is character. So I know a lot about your character when I see how you commit. Right? I don't need to be told much when I see how you commit. It tells me a lot about your character. Because the C in commit is character. Right? The O in commit is on course. Anyone who commits stays on course. And the one who doesn't commit easily goes off course. Right? It just deviates off course because it doesn't commit. It takes you to commit to stay on course. So even when you hit setbacks, even when you hit brick walls, you stay on course because you commit. So the O in commit is on course. You remain on course, undistracted. Your eyes set like a flint. Remain on course. So look around you, the people who you see that really exhibit commitment or exhibits that they commit, you see that they stay on course. They are not want to be here today and not here again anymore. No, they stay on course. That's because they commit. And you see these guys. The first M in commit is mentality. It's a certain level of mentality you have for you to commit. The mentality of knowing that as you commit, you're rendering service. And like I've always told us, that service is the giving up of yourself faithfully towards the attainment of a goal without the expectation of reward. Right? So as you commit, you're building a mentality of service, a mentality of selflessness, a mentality of putting others first because you commit, a mentality of sticking to what needs to be done and getting it done. It's a mentality. So the first M of commit is the mentality. You think differently when you commit. You think differently. Your mentality is different. The second M in commit is the motivation. Right? When you commit, you have internal drive. So you're not looking for external motivation. You're not looking for things from the external to make you want to do what you have to do. No, you have internal drive when you commit. There's this internal drive within you when you commit. So the M, second in commit is motivation. And you see, when you commit, it not only motivates you, it motivates those who observe you. How you commit motivates others and also motivates you because you are in for it true and true. You are in it. When you commit to a thing, you are in it completely. And that motivates you to see it through to the end. So you start a project and you commit to it to see it through to the end. The I in commit is intentional. You are always intentional about what you commit to. You're always intentional. So anyone who commits shows the intentionality of the person. You're intentional in what you choose to commit to. You're intentional about your decision to commit. So commit is intentional. It's intentional. Because commitment is a decision to be faithful and loyal, to give your time and money to a person, a place, a principle, or a plan of action. And that will not happen without intentionality. So I'm intentional to commit to doing this for you every Sunday. I'm intentional. Regardless of how my Sunday will play out, I'm intentional to show up here and do this for you. And finally, the T in commit is tenacity. For everyone who commits, there is the tenacity. There's the tenacity. That even when you hit challenges, you hit difficulties, you hit setbacks, you hit roadblocks, you have the tenacity to push through it. You have the tenacity to push through it. The one who commits is never lazy, does not procrastinate, doesn't make excuses. Why? Because he has the tenacity to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There's the tenacity when you commit. Even scripture says, the just man falls 7 times, yet he will rise up even at the 8th, right? You keep going. There's the tenacity when you commit. You keep going. You never back down. You never look back. You keep going because you commit. You just don't quit. You just don't quit because you commit. You keep going. You keep pushing. There's the tenacity that you have when you commit. So, my friends, this is what commit is about. It's the character. You stay on course. There's the mentality. There's the motivation. There's the intentionality. And there's the tenacity. This, my friends, is commit. Now, the question now I would ask you now is, do you commit? And if your answer is in the negative, it's time to take it to the affirmative. It's time for you to commit. Because when you commit, it does more for you than what it is you commit to. I'll say that again. When you commit, it does more for you than what you commit to. So it's time for you to commit. It's time for you will not regret it if you commit. I can assure you that you will not regret it if you commit. So are you ready to commit? What's your answer? And I hope it's in the affirmative. Are you ready to commit? Now, there are 3 things about commit that I want you to know. 3 things about commit. Number 1, there's impact. Number 2, there's achievement. And number 3, there's fulfillment. When it comes to commit, there's the impact it has on you and what you commit to. There's the impact. Number 2, there's the achievement that you have because you commit. The achievement of your goal, the achievement of the outcome. There is always the achievement because you commit. You achieve something when you commit. And number 3, there is the fulfillment. You always feel fulfilled when you commit. See, trust me, regardless of how difficult or interesting the times are, you will always feel fulfilled when you commit. Because when you look at the achievement, you feel fulfilled. You have a certain level of fulfillment when you commit. So 3 things about commit. 1, there is the impact it has. There's the impact it makes when you commit. Number 2, there's the achievement. And number 3, there's the fulfillment. So these are 3 things about commit. You must always remember: impact, achievement, fulfillment. You see, there are 2 traits of commit. Anyone who commits, you will always see these 2 traits in them, regardless of where they are in the world. Anyone who commits, you always see these 2 traits in them. Number 1 is stickability. The one who commits sticks to the process, sticks to the course, sticks to the plan. There is stickability for the one who commits. Right? I don't know if you grew up having those toilet soap, bar soap, right? Back in the day, there was this soap brand called Imperial Leather. The Imperial Leather was a very cool soap at that time, and it has a sticker that is placed on the soap. Now, you see, that particular sticker stays on the soap till the soap is exhausted, is finished. that sticker has stickability. In fact, some people say that sticker lasts more than some people's relationship. Those of you who are millennials will probably understand imperial leather. The Gen Zs and Gen Alphas don't understand it, right? They don't understand. They can't relate. It's okay. They can't relate. But one of the traits of commit is stickability. Like that sticker of the on the imperial leather soap. Stickability. It sticks with it. It's stuck on you. It's stuck like glue. Stickability. And the second trait of commit is responsibility. See, nothing shows how responsible you are like how you commit. See, forget what you say, right? How you commit lets us know whether you're responsible or not. So responsibility is the second trait of commit, because the one who commits takes responsibility. The one who commits go the whole 9 yards. The one who commits acts responsibly. Is this making sense? Right? So the two traits of commit is stickability and responsibility. So when you see these two things, you should just know without a shadow of a doubt that this person commits. The one goal of commit is to follow through with dedication. That's the goal of commit, to follow through with dedication. You follow through with dedication. You start, you finish. Paul said, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. What now awaits me is the crown of glory. Why? Paul commits. The one goal of commit is to follow through with dedication. Jesus on the cross says, it is finished. He commits. Commit. So if you truly commit, you follow through with dedication. No excuses, no procrastination, no laziness. You follow through with dedication because you commit. You see, commitment, as with everything else in life, you get out of it what you put into it. Do you get that? You always get out of commitment what you put in commitment. So it means it is your responsibility that you commit. Wherever you find yourself, in your groups, in your office, in your school, wherever you find yourself, you must commit. Because you always get out of life what you commit to your life. What you commit. So it's important that you understand this for yourself. And wake up from your slumber of non-commitment. So you start to commit. Like I told you, it do you a world of good when you commit. Commit is always first to your benefit than what you commit to. So you are a better person because you commit. You know, commit is one of those things that you are the first beneficiary of it because of what it does to you than what it does for what you do. You see, the reward of commit is not what you get. The reward of commit is who you become. Did you understand that? So when you commit, it's not exactly what you get at the end is the reward. No, the reward for commit is the person that you now become. You now become a person who is resilient, a person who is persistent, a person who never gives up, a person who always sees things through. So it is the person you become that is the reward when you commit, not just what you get, but who you become. And that's why I tell you that you are the first beneficiary when you commit because of who you become. See this. You cannot commit to excellence and become a mediocre. Does this make sense? You can't commit to excellence and you become a mediocre. Why? Because the reward for commit is who you become, not just what you get. Not just what you get. Yet you get good things at the end of the day when you commit, but those things are not the reward. The reward is who you become. Because with the person that you become, anywhere you find yourself, it's easy for you to commit because you develop the character. You see, to grow, to evolve, and to mature all happen when you commit. To grow, to evolve, to mature, it all happens when you commit. Right? So when you commit, you see yourself grow. When you commit, you see yourself evolve. When you commit, you see yourself mature. So these are things that happen for you when you commit. You grow, you evolve, and you mature when you commit. See, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, you must commit to personal development. Right? You must commit to personal development. Spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, physically, you must commit to personal development. No one will develop you for you. So you must commit to personal development. You must commit to it. Listen to messages, listen to audios, listen to podcasts, watch videos, read books, have intelligent conversations, travel, get yourself exposed. You must commit to personal development, pay for courses, right? Go for seminars, attend workshops, pay for trainings. You must commit to your personal development. No one will commit for you. You must commit for you. And you see, when you commit, guess what happens? It builds trust. People can trust you more because you commit. It builds trust. When you commit, there is consistency and reliability. Because you commit, people can see your consistency. Because you commit, people can see that you are reliable. So there is consistency and reliability when you commit. And when you commit, you achieve your goals. The goals that you set for yourself, you achieve them because you commit to achieving it. You see, in Genesis chapter 11, when those guys said they wanted to build a tower that gets to Babel, they were going to achieve it because God said in verse 6, these people are one. That with the way they have started, nothing can be restrained from them. Even God attests to the fact that they were going to achieve their goal because they were committed to it. See, when you commit, it motivates others to also commit. Remember, I told you there's the impact of commit, right? When you commit, it motivates others to also want to commit because they can see it in your life that because you commit, these are the outcomes that you've had. So that also motivates them that if they too commit, then we have such outcomes. See this, guys. When you commit, it motivates others to commit. So I keep asking you the question, are you ready to commit? Because it's not just going to happen by chance. It's going to happen by choice. Commit is going to happen by choice. It's never going to happen by chance. It's going to happen by choice. So I'm always going to ask you to be or not to be, to commit or not to commit. It comes down to your choice and your decision. Because I won't commit for you. You can't commit for me. It has to be a personal decision when it comes to commit. It has to be a personal decision. See, it is easy for you to commit when you have clear goals. You know, we say when you commit, you achieve your goals, right? So it's the goals that you are clear on that becomes easy for you to achieve. Clear goals. And I tell people, don't just have smart goals, have smarter goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. Evaluate and the results. Have smarter goals, not just smart goals. It's easy to commit when you have clear goals. Your goals are very clear. You know what you want to do. You know how you want to do it. You know when you want to do it. You know where you want to do it. You know whom you want to do it for. Very clear goals. It's easy to commit when the goals are clear. It's easy to commit when you develop a plan. Scripture says, write the vision. Make it plain upon tables, that they that read it would run with it. It's easy to commit when there is a developed plan. There's a plan already. It's easy for people to commit because they can see the plan. The vision is well written. It's easy to commit when you have values. You know what you stand for. They say if you don't stand for something, you would fall for anything. It's easy to commit when you have values. You know the things that you stand for. You know the things that you will not compromise on. It's easy to commit when you have values. It's easy to commit when there's communication. It's communication. Right? People know what is expected of them. It's easy to commit when there's communication. The communication is clear, concise, concrete. Right? It's easy to commit when the communication is clear. It's easy to commit when there is support and collaboration. You know, we're in this together. There is support, there's collaboration. It's easy to commit. We're doing this together. We're making it happen. You know, when they're about to build the Tower of Babel in Genesis 11, the people said, let us make a tower. Not one person, let us make a tower that gets to heaven. There was support and collaboration. It's easy to commit when there is support and collaboration. One is too small a number to achieve greatness. Never forget that. It's easy to commit when there is collaboration and support. And it's easy to commit when there's flexibility. So you are not cast in stone. You can reflect and adjust. There's flexibility. You're not rigid. It's easy to commit when there's flexibility. People know, yes, with the dynamics of time, things can change. So there's a room for flexibility. It's easy for people to commit when there's flexibility. You're able to reflect. You're able to adjust. It means you are agile. It's easy to commit when people know that you are agile. You're flexible. See this. When you commit, it produces actions, and those actions brings what you commit to life. Do you get that? When you commit, it produces a certain action. Those actions bring about what you have committed to life. So let's say you commit to your personal development. It brings about actions in line with your personal development. Now, those actions brings about that you become a person who's well-rounded, a person who has grown, who has evolved, who has matured, because you commit to your personal development. You become a gem. You grow, you evolve, you mature, because you commit to personal development. So you see, when you commit, it produces actions, and the actions brings what you commit to life. Now, there's some characteristics of commit, right? And I need you to pay attention to this because it will really help you. Characteristics of commit. There's loyalty. You always see loyalty for the one who commits. The person is loyal, right? In fact, the person is loyal to a fault. There's loyalty. There is sacrifice. When a person commits, there is sacrifice, right? You are able to give up things because you commit. When you commit, you can sacrifice anything. You can make sacrifices because you commit, right? When you commit, there is trust. I told you earlier, it builds trust. You can trust yourself and people can trust you. Because you see, when you don't commit, you can't even trust yourself because you don't commit. But when you commit, you can trust yourself and people can also trust you when you commit. When you commit, there's patience. You have patience when you commit because you know that it is a long-term game you're playing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So you think long-term when you commit. And because of that, you have patience. Even scripture says, ye have need of patience. It's patience when you commit. You must have patience. Nothing happens overnight when you commit, but it happens overnight. Not overnight. It must be patience. It must be persistence. Remember the widow in Luke 18? She kept meeting the unjust judge. Because she was persistent, the unjust judge had to hear her out. If he doesn't hear her out, she would wear him out because she was persistent. The one who commits has persistence, doesn't quit, doesn't give up. There is persistence. You keep pushing till the door breaks down or opens. There's persistence. The one who commits, there is resilience. You don't back down. You don't quit. You don't turn and walk away. There's resilience. There's resilience for the one who commits. There's resilience. You have staying power. You have stickability. There's resilience when you commit. When you commit, there's accountability. Right? You hold yourself accountable. Right? You say you're going to do X, Y, Z. You hold yourself accountable to get X, Y, Z done because you commit to it. There is accountability. You commit to it. Right? There's also responsibility when you commit. There's responsibility. There is responsibility when you commit. And there's also reliability when you commit. You are reliable. You rely on God because God is committed to being God. He's reliable. when you commit, there is dedication. So these are the characteristics of commit. See, I've also observed that there are some reasons why people do not commit, right? No matter how they try, they just cannot commit, right? There's some reasons why. And if they can work on themselves, they will be able to overcome these reasons I'm about to share with you why people don't commit. Look around you, people that you notice that do not commit, you will always see the fear of failure. They have the fear, what if it fails? Right? That fear of failure holds people back that they don't commit. What if it fails? So there's the fear of failure on the one end of people who don't commit. But people who don't commit, there's the lack of motivation. And that's why we told you that as you commit, the motivation is internal, not an external factor, it's an internal factor. An internal factor, you have the motivation from within. You have the evilness and drive from within. You have the motivation from within. So you see people who don't commit, they lack the motivation. That's why they don't commit. People who don't commit, they have procrastination and distractions. That's why they don't commit. They procrastinate. Oh, they probably will do it another time. They procrastinate. And then they allow themselves with plethora of distractions. That's why they can't commit. So they are always everywhere and then they end up nowhere because of the distractions. So people who do not commit, they suffer from procrastination and distractions. Jesus told Martha in Luke chapter 10, Martha, my beloved Martha, I think on verse 38, you are carried away by many distractions. Mary is undistracted. Right? People who can't commit many times have internal conflicts and struggles with themselves. Many times it's a low self-esteem, self-sabotaging. They have internal conflicts. They're fighting with themselves internally. They have internal conflict and struggles. So it doesn't allow them to commit. And people who do not commit, many times they have multiple commitments. They are here, they are here, they are here, they are everywhere. So because of that, they can't really commit to a thing. And that's also as a result of many internal struggles because they just have this need to be seen everywhere. So they cannot even commit anywhere. But they are everywhere, but they are nowhere. Everywhere, but they're nowhere. So these are some of the reasons why people do not commit, right? The fear of failure. There's the lack of motivation. There is the procrastination and distraction. There is the internal conflict and struggles. There is the multiple commitment, right? Even God comes through for you when you commit. Even God, He comes through for you when you commit. Scripture tells us in Proverbs 16, verse 3, it says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Right? In Psalm 37, from verse 4 and 5, it says, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. And it says, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, He shall bring it to pass. So when you commit to God, you set yourself up for success because God is already committed to you. So you are just plugging in the what has already been made available for you through how you commit. And I've shown you in scripture, Proverbs 15:3, Psalm 37, 5, 4 and 5. Right? You commit to God through the following ways. Praying daily. My friend Emmanuel, on his episode on the podcast 139, talks about the strategy list he talked about prayer. I'd like you to listen to that episode. The strategy list talked about prayer. Right? One of the ways you commit to God is praying daily. Praying daily. Studying the Bible. I always tell people the Bible is not a religious book, it is a manual for living. Number 3, obeying instructions. See, one of the beauties of life is obeying the instructions of God. Like God tells you to do a thing, do it. God leads you in a direction, follow, obey instructions. See, you make your life easy to you when you commit to obeying instruction. In the wedding at Cana in John chapter 2, Mary told the servants, whatsoever he tells you to do, do it. Even though Jesus had said that it was not his time yet, but because he saw that the servants were poised to obeying his instruction, he told them, go fetch water and put in the pots, and draw from the pots and go give to the master of ceremony. You commit to God through praying daily, studying the Bible, and obeying instructions. And you see, you learn how to commit. You see, commit is not follow come. You are not born to commit. No, you learn how to commit. It's not in your DNA to commit. You have to learn to commit. You have to learn how to commit. I'm showing you how to commit. All through this whole conversation, I've been telling you on how you can commit. And all I have been sharing is what you can learn as you commit. In 2 Timothy 2:2, scripture says, these things you have heard from me among many witnesses, commit the same to faithful men who will be able to teach others. So there's a role it plays in your life when you commit. There's a role that will not be played by anything else other than commit. These things you've heard of me among many witnesses, commit the same to faithful men who will be able to teach others. Commit begets commit. Are you getting that? Commit beget commit. Commit give rise to commit. People can easily leave when they never truly and fully commit. See, when people just walk away, people say, okay, I quit, I'm not interested anymore. It's a proof that they never really commit. Scripture tells us that they left us because they were never part of us. They were never part of us. Which means when people easily walk away or they leave, they were never truly and fully commit. Because if they won't just walk away. You don't walk away from what you commit. What you commit to, you just can't walk away. No. Never fully and truly commit. Lord's servants were having strife with Abraham's servants in Genesis 13. And Abraham told Lot to choose. And Lot actually chose. Lot didn't commit. Lot did not commit. Because if he had commit, he would say, no, I'll go nowhere. We'll manage this because it was following you that had brought me this abundance. Before now, I didn't have this. But Lot did not commit. He walked away. And I keep saying that Lot went solo. And he ended up so low. People can easily leave when they never truly and fully commit. And you see, it is Herculean to walk away when you commit. It is difficult to walk away. It is hard to walk away when you truly commit. It's when you don't commit, you can easily walk away. It's hard. When you commit, it's hard to walk away. It's hard. And you see, God commits to you. In Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5 and 6, it says, let your conversation be without covetousness. Let your conversation be without covetousness. Right? For he says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. He said, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he had said, I will never leave you nor forsake you, so that you may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do to me. The Lord is committed to you. The Lord commits to you. See, you should commit to God. You should commit to God because the Lord commits to you. You should commit to God. Like I told you, you need to plug in because God is already committed to you. You have to plug into God's commitment for you. You have to plug in. Commit is not just what you say, it is what you do and who you are. Like, this conversation is really, really critical. Commit is not just what you say, it is what you do, it is who you are. It is what you do, it's who you are. That's what commit is. Not just what you say, okay, I'll be there. No. You actually be there. Commit is not just what you say, it is what you do, it is who you are. And you see, nothing grows until you commit to growth. Nothing grows until you commit to growth. Nothing would grow until you commit to growth. And understand this. People commit to the degree or level they decide to commit to. So it's your choice to commit. So make the right choice and commit. Make the right choice and commit. People commit to the level and to the degree they decide to. When it comes to commit, you can't beg or force people to commit. You can only inspire or influence them to commit. You can't beg people, oh, please now commit now, oh, please now, please now. No. You can't beg people to commit. You can't force people to commit. You can only inspire or influence them to commit. However it is, the decision to commit still lies with them, not you. You can commit, but you cannot force or beg another person to commit. And you see this, guys, transformation happens when you commit to the process of transformation. Did you get that? Transformation happens when you commit to the process of transformation. Guys, like I said, are you ready to commit? There's so much at stake. There's so much to gain when you commit. And there's so much to lose when you do not commit. So it's always in your best interest that you commit. Guys, this is it. This is it. Commit. This is it. This is all it's about. And I hope this has blessed you. I can always tell you three things will happen for you in this new week. Number one, increased voice of God. Number two, open heavens over your life. Number three, more angelic activities in all that you do. Remember, there's always more on the upgrade side of life. So we encourage you to leave good behind so that you can upgrade. And what better way to upgrade like when you commit? God bless you.